you going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep 'em flowing. Where do you come from? Where are you going? What are you feeling tonight? And what are you showing? Where do you come from? 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 Where are you going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep 'em flowing.
What's going on, everybody? Now this is swooping on in here. We
Yes.
are the Cloud and the Console coming at you. And we have what's latest in cloud gaming news. So strap in because we are about to talk everything cloud gaming. That's GeForce Now and Cloud Dosage coming at you. Co-hosting, as always, by my side, the man, the myth, the legend,
Oh, okay.
taking on anything and everyone, Nad614. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good yourself. Thank you for calling me a myth and a legend, but I'm real. So I'm there.
Of
But
course,
yeah.
I mean, you're enshrouded, you're carving your name out, Nightingale, you've conquered the worlds and depths of Power World. I mean,
Yeah, that's
you are
another game.
destroying the games these days.
Yeah,
Skull and Bones, you're riding the
I
high seas.
I've been trying different game. Like let's see, that I forgot some of them. So, but yeah, let's get into some of the game we've been playing. It's been a while the last time we did this, so hello,
What's
Sour
up? Thanks
Blow.
for going on. Thanks for stopping on by. And I want to say that's all thanks to the power of GeForce Now. Every time you check Nat's status, he is on GeForce Now. He is utilizing the power
yeah.
of the cloud and playing all of these games. So if you want
Yes.
the power of the 4080 in the cloud, accessible now from your console. Yes, we'll talk about that later. You can get
nice,
GeForce
nice.
Now from your console and be gaming. Yeah, that's the Xbox Series Series S, the small guy.
One of them.
Yes.
One of them.
Well,
One
both
the
of them, but
version.
the Series S gets it done for cheaper. But that's
Yeah.
cool to see. Let's get into what we've been gaming on this week because I know you've been gaming a lot. I've been gaming a lot. I'm waiting for Final Fantasy myself, but
Oh,
in between,
yes.
I've been gaming on everything under the sun.
I need to play that remake. I want to send you a video of basically telling the story in 23 minutes, but it's kind of gonna ruin it for you, I think, because the story is amazing on Final Fantasy. I remember playing on PlayStation 1 and I play on it wasn't the PS Vita at the time, it was PS Plus or PSP. I think it was just PSP. But yeah, I play on that game like the original. It was great. and the story was well made. Now like it's coming out and they're remaking it, I just want to play it. I'm hoping I can play in the cloud, play in GeForce now. That'd be amazing to see. Maybe one day it's gonna come out, because you can buy it on Steam. So what's happening there? Maybe when it's gonna come out, it's gonna come on Steam at the same time, and who knows, right? I would like to see that, that's for sure. But moving on, son, the game I've been playing. So I have a big list. I'm probably gonna miss some, but Enshrouded. So I got into that. That's a survival type of game. Pretty amazing. Let me share some of the um, image of the game actually, so we can all have an idea how the game looks like. But yeah, Enshrouded, that was pretty
This
amazing.
is-
You got into it also. So basically, it's a survival game, has an RPG element to it. You wake up in the pod and then you get out. I've streamed it a couple of times, I'm pretty sure. But basically, you explore, and right now it's only in early access. But what an amazing game! I think it's fairly well polished for an early access. If you look at the other one, like out there, like with Pal World. I completed Pal World, but I found I got more into that game than Pal World. Found there was a way more bug on Pal World in this one, but that's definitely an interesting take on the survival world slash RPG. A lot of fun. I can't wait for it to release completely. And I got you into it too, right? How did you like it so far? Are you still playing it?
That's true. I jumped into Enshrouded with yourself. I built myself a home. I was upgrading my character. The combat really was a throwback to Souls in terms of parrying, counters, taking down the posture, and then hitting visceral blows. And each enemy is really able to end you instantly, no matter what their status is. You're able to fly and glide, and that really brings reminiscence of Zelda, exploring these towers, opening up the world. However, the base building elements are very survival based, like very survival foundations to creating that. But hey, I loved when we took on the boss, having that co-op experience. We both took down this big guy in a cave we had to get down into. That was really exciting for me. So there is some cool elements. I'd love to get more into this with yourself. I don't think I think I'm at level 8 or 9 now.
Okay.
So I am making my way up. I flick it on every now and then. Because I'm in like this rotation of games, I can't seem to sit still. But I do enjoy this one. It feels like Breath of the Wild, so it really gives me that feeling with that survival element. And
Also
the
has
eating
that
isn't
stamina
forced on you.
wheel. What's that?
The stamina wheel is very reminiscent. But like the eating and the buffs, it doesn't force it on you. Like you can play the game without it and be like fine. It doesn't like hinder you. It only benefits you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So I like that aspect as well.
I really like the game and the building aspect of it. Putting everything together. It was quite interesting at first, and when you figure it out, you can do so much out of it. It's crazy. You can like choose the size of the piece, and you got to find those parts all across the world. You can actually go into town and dismantle some of the building to get the actual part. So that's a trick to skip ahead type of thing. But a lot of fun. And I see Sarah Blow mentioning Nightingale. I play also some Nightingale, but I found this one was way better. But talking of which, let's go switch to Nightingale there and talk a little bit about how the game looked like. So far, I've played some of it. I started the beginning. I made it like not crazy far, but yeah, I made it past the tutorial, and then after this I started like going around doing some stuff. It's another survival game, but in this case you're like more in the 1900, but now you're transporting yourself in different realm, because the idea is that planet Earth is in danger. There's something bad happening there, and you've tried to find a realm to make your way back to Earth or something like that, to Nightingale. And basically it's a first person shooter, but like more, you can switch to third person view. Third person view is still not there yet. And you can craft guns. There's a lot of survival element that you have to build your house, and if you're outside at night you're cold, so you got to go inside. You got to put layer, bring a torch. You have to monitor your sleep. Oh yeah, if you're tired, you're gonna die. If you don't eat, you're gonna die. Sometimes, like, you're in a desert, the eat's gonna kill you. So like, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of element that like it just doesn't stop. The aspect of building yourself, it's more like depending on the equipment you're using. There's nothing like crazy in that sense. It's a survival game, definitely. The interesting part of this game is that you travel between worlds to go to a new location and explore a different pattern. And it works with those cards. It's like almost like Magic the Gathering. You're getting like some cards that give different buff for the next world you're going to. And sometimes you go to this orb and you can add an extra minor buff. That like there's one I used was like, you can jump very high and your fall is like reduced, but your damage is reduced also. So it's quite interesting. But like so far I found there's a lot of bug, a lot of issue. The fighting is terrible. I really didn't like it. It's very like not glitchy, but like stuttery. Like the enemy is gonna be jumping past you as you swing, and it's like missing. I feel like it's not there yet. It's still in early access. One of the big thing the reason I went for it too is it's Canadian made, from Alberta. So I was like, I need to try it out. It's Canadian made, so yeah. If you haven't tried it, I would suggest to try it, to have a look, but keep in mind it's early access. There's a lot of fixing happening, a lot of fixing that need to be done to this game. But hopefully they can catch up and make it better. But it's like a completely survival game, which I found that yes, you follow a quest path, but like you more relying on like, oh, you need to watch your sleep, if you're tired and stuff like that. That's one of the thing I found was like, but yeah. It was quite interesting. Like, you chop a tree, you gotta watch out, because when you chop it, it's gonna fall, and if it falls on you, it's gonna hurt you. So it's like, try to be realistic. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. I'd rather just chop it and it pop into blocks, like in Enshrouded or something like that. So yeah. But yeah, interesting game, that's for sure. Something to keep on your radar. I can. Do you want to talk about another game? I can move on to another game I've been playing.
Yeah, why don't you keep going down your list, and then I'll go down my list. Where's
Sounds
my
good.
list? Yes.
The next game I've been playing a lot of this one, is Skull and Bones. I didn't expect I would like this game that much. I think it's just the fact that when I was a kid, I really liked pirates and stuff like that. Had the Lego pirate, and yeah, that was the fun thing. So you're a pirate, you go around the world in your ship, you customize your ship, and then you fight everybody. That's the plot of it, pretty much. It's a quest, it's a story. You just like kind of make your way up. It's very easy to make your way up the rank and become like the leader of the seas. But like overall, the game there's a lot to get done in the game. There's like some end game element already that you can access fairly early, where you collect this type of currency to buy like all the end gear. I'm at that point where like you slowly making you got to make a lot of white rum, and then like have like all those little town, those little region, they just producing rum to make that was it piece of 8. It's like the currency, and then you go collect it. There's some like portion of it. It's like, okay, I gotta go around and collect them. You cannot fast travel. There's that element piece. But yeah, I found some part are very fun, and other part are like, the combat is a lot of fun. I think that's where like I get very attached. It's a lot of fun to fight using different type of weapon, destroying other ship, taking them. The some of the issue I found, there's like a lot of bugs still. Sometimes the bugs cause you need to restart the game to fix the bugs, so it's kind of annoying thing. But yeah, there's season 1 coming out this week on the 27th in 2 days. So they're gonna add like new ship, 2 new ship, a new gun or something like that. So that should be interesting. But that's how it looks like. Some of the bug I found is that ship appearing in front of me, or enemy ship, or like you're going around and there's this those other pirate, those privateer. They come and chase you sometime, and they just appear from nowhere, and they don't stop appearing. And then sometimes you have to leave to come back. But yeah, the game is overall interesting. They're planning to fix a lot of the bugs, and there's like kind of little things there and there that I wish it will change. I'm pretty sure like they're gonna be listening to the community for that, so that's quite interesting. Let me hear about your experience with Skull and Bones.
So, my experience with Skull and Bones. The game looks fantastic. I wanted to get some shots for photo mode. It looks stunning. The boats look cool. There's no arguing that. So I thought, hey, let's start off on the tutorial. I'll get into the game. It tells you, hey, you got to get a crowbar to open up this thing. And I'm like, okay. So I look around for a crowbar, go do this little mission, bring it back. Then it's like, go to this point. I don't have a crowbar, so I search all around the tutorial thing for about an hour, find nothing, to go read on the internet to say, oh, sometimes it's bugged. I'm like, a 10-year-old game is bugging at the tutorial.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I close it, I load it up again the next day. I instantly have the crowbar, so I'm able to go do that thing. The next day, and this is the part you don't know about, I went in, I'm like, okay, so I have to go get this Acacia wood or something to build up my ship and get the next one. So I sail all the way across the freaking ocean, which takes 5 minutes to go to the closest spot, which I'm like, oh my god, this traversal is mind-numbing, which is just my experience.
Yeah.
I get all the way to that location, and I can't harvest it. I'm like, I know there's a mini game that's supposed to happen. What's going on? I have all the tools that it has.
Or something.
I had it all. I went back to the thing, to the harbor, to make sure I had it all. I did have it all, so I was like, okay, that's weird. I'll go to another spot. Maybe it's just a spot bugged out. That spot didn't let me harvest it either. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I give up. So I turned off the game, turned it back on, went to that spot, and boom, magically it works the next day. The minigame appeared. I'm like, oh, it's just hard. It's hard.
Yeah. There's a lot of bugs like this. I noticed that you have to leave the game and come back in. Not necessarily shutting down the game, but just quitting to the menu. I had this issue where the sound was like flickering. It was kind of weird. Like I could hear the menu and stuff like that, but the music. So I had to shut down the game completely, put it back up. It was fine. There's like, as soon you notice a little bug, you gotta shut it down and turn it back on. It's that weird thing where like, because you're playing in the server and it carried the bug around. I don't know. I found like that was the solution every time I had an issue. But it is annoying. I found the tutorial was boring. I played a tutorial and I was like, okay, I'm done. I wasn't a big fan, but past the tutorial, when you go through the tutorial and you're done with the tutorial, things get better, and I feel like it's more interesting. Because, oh my god, like, yeah, the tutorial is boring. It doesn't explain to you certain things. Like it will tell you, oh yeah, get the crowbar and this, but like it doesn't really explain the food mechanic, or like, there's a food that's gonna be staying there for half an hour, and the other food, the grill meal, are basically giving you stamina. So like you always want to carry that. So when you're like around and you do full speed, your stamina bar is gonna go down, and then you just eat some stamina food, and it goes back up. So you can basically keep sprinting the entire time. It doesn't really tell you that. Like some of the mechanic for the blocking. There's a blocking mechanic in it. I didn't know at first, but like you got to block it on time, and it's using stamina also. There's like little things there they could have talked more about it. That other feature that they tell you, oh, go over there, do this, go over there, do that, and I feel like that's the boring part. But yeah, it's the game so far. Hopefully they're gonna fix a lot of those bugs at the tutorial. You think they would have noticed that right away and fixed them before they release it, right? So, but yeah, go through the tutorial when you're done. Then you can join me and we can like rule the seas. I can't hear you.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no
I
worries.
always do that with the mic.
But that's pretty much it about Skull and Bone. Definitely an interesting game. If you haven't tried it yet and you like pirates, it's worth checking out. I feel like there's other game out there that could be very similar, like Den of Thief. Am I saying it the right one? The Microsoft one. Yeah. There's the Microsoft pirate game. There's like a few out there.
Sea of
But like
Thieves.
Sea of Thief. Oh my god, yeah. Sea of
Yes.
Thief is like apparently even more fun, I would say, because you can actually get out of your ship and walk around and do things out of your ship. Where like I feel like you're very limited with when you get out of your ship. You walk, you pick up a few things. That's it. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Yeah. So other than that, what other game I've played? I've played the Banisher. So the Banisher, that's an interesting game also. It's just like what do you call that? A third-person game that you just walk around. And you banish ghosts. So let's see here. I'll pop up the background video so we can all have a look. But like it's a fun game, and I feel like it's well polished. When I tried, I didn't know what I was getting into. But like when I play it, I was like, okay, yeah. I think it's a game that I could continue playing. That's for sure. It's quite interesting. Like that you basically you're a banisher. You're there to release the ghost. But then your partner, right at the beginning, she dies. She's turned into a ghost, and now you're carrying her with you around. And they notice that, oh, well, she can't see those things that you cannot see as a human. So then you have this ability of like using her in combat and outside of combat, using her power. The interesting part is that when you fight, sometimes you can release her and she's gonna go punch or do a specific attack. So it's quite interesting. The gameplay works super well. I didn't have any issue with it. It's just like perfect. Story is quite intriguing. What's going on? Because you're going basically to the Americas, right? You just show up in the ship, and this is what's happening, and then goes hunting the Americas pretty much. So, and it like has that part of RPG where like you can choose the power you want to invest into, or like some of the skills, and then yeah, pretty cool. And then there's some mechanic where like you need to do ritual, and you have to choose which ritual you want to do, and you got to follow the story for that, because it will tell you within the story, oh, you got to use this ritual to like summon this ghost, or if you want to summon a bad ghost, you got to do this thing. So quite interesting game. But yeah, I really like playing it so far. But yeah. And last but not least, Destiny 2. I played some Destiny 2. Not that much, just a tiny bit. but I can talk more about it after we gone.
What are you talking about? I thought the final shape was dropping right now. Oh no, that got delayed.
Uh, yeah, it got delayed, and there's a lot going on with Destiny. Sony is close to just take over Bungie because, yeah, they're not happy with what's going on. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But tell me, what you been playing?
Oh, now I'm gonna get up a fancy video like you did. Hopefully the
Yeah, yeah,
computer can handle it. So, as
yeah,
always, been getting into Helldivers now that they've
yeah.
increased the server capacity. Oh my gosh, are you not
Is
wanting
it
to wait for
working
me?
better?
It is working much better. They increased it to 700,000.
Oh wow.
So that's nice to see. I don't know why it never wants to work for me. I guess we won't see video.
No worries, I can pop it up there. Uh,
Let's
just keep.
see. There we go.
Okay.
So definitely worth getting into now. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna stop doing this.
All good.
I'm getting achievements. I'm playing on level 8 difficulty. I'm trying to get as many pinks as I possibly can. My loadout right now is the railgun cannon, taking out those titans. And then I'm going towards the grenade launcher and the automatic shield. The shield backpack, which is keeping me alive. Then I like to rotate the third or the final spot into getting into the either a turret or I'll have an eagle flyby. Always using the Dominator, which is a jet propelled assault rifle with explosive rounds, which is kind of ridiculous. What I didn't like is that their premium pass, what you can get with super credits, that store, it's just rotated the same outfit every 2 weeks.
Oh,
So
really?
comes back around. I've already had some of them, but it's super easy to go in there and farm the premium credit, which is pretty
Yeah.
cool. I've never really seen that in games before.
You can
Right
do
now,
the
I'm just trying to.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, Call of Duty you can just like farm the currency and buy the battle pass. Same with Fortnite. Fortnite you can do the same thing, right?
Not Fortnite.
No? Oh, okay.
No.
I thought you could do it in Fortnite. But
Once you buy a battle pass, you can
oh,
farm it. But
okay.
this
You can
game, you
farm.
just find the premium credits in the game.
Oh, okay, okay. Huh.
Yeah,
Well,
and
I
so
played some with you, and I found it was a
yeah,
very fun game. After waiting, I don't remember
yeah,
how long to get into the server.
30
I
minutes.
personally refunded it because I was like, if I have to wait to jump in the game, I gotta wait until like it's in better status. But I would definitely go back into it. It's like fun to play with the friends. And it's like you go around and friendly fire is on, and then like, oh shit, I'm out of ammo, and someone drop ammo for you. It's like, ah, here's some ammo, and like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's quite interesting.
it's a
Fighting,
cooperative game for
yeah,
sure.
fighting the bugs was like quite interesting because like I felt like I was playing what's the name of the freaking movie?
Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers. It felt like
Yeah,
this, right? But and then fighting the robot, I was like, oh my god, it's like Terminator taking over,
and
right?
Star
So
Wars
and Star Wars, yeah, exactly. You get
with the
those like robot,
ATSTs.
like, geez, people are worried that Pal World is gonna go under because Pokemon's gonna sue their shit. The Hell Diver can get sued for all this stuff. It look like
Well,
some of the nostalgia, right? So, but yeah.
Helldivers has a bit of a situation right now. Obviously, they weren't expecting the audience. They had built their servers originally for 200,000. Immediately, Steam numbers had spiked well over 400,000, overloading the servers. They were able to bring it up to 460,000. And then they had a weekend and a pre planned free event for PS Plus, and that skyrocketed the servers to an even greater number, which they couldn't handle. And
Yeah.
then now they've raised it to 700,000. They're still seeing some wait times on the weekends, but you can most likely get in now, which is a lot easier, better place to be in. There
Yeah.
is a little bit of stipulation with the game, which I think is crazy, but they built the game on something called ghostware. So Helldivers 2 is built with Autodesk, and Autodesk Games was discontinued in 2018. So this game is running on software that's been discontinued, and
Yeah.
they've been patching it and holding it together with whatever they can find and all their
Jeez.
coding engineers to make it work. So all the power to them. I think they have 5 people on their engineering team basically holding this game together.
Oh
So
my
it's just
God.
crazy to think of for
That is
700,000.
Yeah, I heard something about that, that they like their engine was discontinued. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Like when they go install more to it, is it gonna bug out? Is it gonna be like Destiny 2 again, where like they have difficulty with it because you need to move to the next gen or something like that? So who knows, right? But like it's a fun game. Like don't get me
Yeah,
wrong. I wish I could play it on GeForce Now because I can tell you it's yeah it's running pretty well on my PC. You don't need much to run, but like I don't like it. I don't like it to run some of my PC.
I
Like
know.
I ran
I know. When you
Power
get
World,
used
I
to
was like,
cloud,
yeah, I'm so used to cloud. It's working so
you
well.
can't
I
go
can
back.
do other stuff at the same time. But I need to look into playing on PlayStation Plus or Premium. Is it available in the cloud? The Helldivers 2? No, it's not. Okay. Well, I'm
Only
gonna have
on
to wait.
Boosteroid. But
Oh yeah,
that's
Boosteroid
that
has
it
it.
got removed. So
Oh.
that's yeah, they didn't like it there.
Yeah, going back to the server, I've been told, I heard between the vine that like Sony was actually so surprised that now they're gonna try to release more game on Steam on the first day, so they can get like a lot of sell like that. Because if you
Guess
look at
what? Guess what? The next news that came out is the
oh
PSVR 2 helmet, that VR
yeah,
helmet, is now they're working towards making it Steam PC compatible.
yes, that makes sense. It's just like universality. So if you can use it in different place, you don't need a PlayStation to have the device with you, right? So it's more compelling for people to get it because it's giving another option, not necessarily going with the Quest or like whatever name the Meta Quest now they have.
Oh
Um,
yes, throw up a trailer for the new Prince of Persia. I'll talk about my experience.
yes.
If you can, please and thank you, because my computer apparently can't handle it. But I turned on Prince of Persia for a good chunk of time on Friday, I want to say. Um,
Mhm.
so I was at the part where I had lost my map. I was in the prison. I had to chase down the old man to receive my map back. I got a power, which was cool. Fought some bosses, and then I gained the ability to freeze a point in time and rewind back to it. Really cool traversal elements.
Damn.
The 2D platforming, however, sometimes I can get a little lost, especially when I didn't have my map. I find that some games like Metroid Dread, I mean, that is the pinnacle of 2D platformers to me
Yeah.
because the fluidity of pathways you're supposed to take. In this game, I'll hit a certain fork in the road and I'll be like, well, do I go up or do I go down? What am I going to miss if I go up? And what am I going to miss if I go down? I always
Yeah.
get FOMO at every path and then I just continue on anyways. Uh,
That's funny.
I've made
Oh,
my way to the Frost Queen and that was a challenge. The Frost Queen is quite the difficult boss. It took me, well, I mean, in the 30s for attempts, and I'm very stubborn on lowering the difficulty. And I haven't gone around and found all the health situations. I even had to fight an alternate me, which was pretty cool.
oh,
But I
nice,
was,
nice. I like that.
yeah, like a dark version. It reminded me of Zelda.
Yes, in Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, you have to fight your dark
Yeah.
self, and it's pretty cool. I like that. I like this concept.
So I was able to come out on top with the Frost Queen. Difficult battle. Used a lot of precision dodging. I even modified my controllers to make them as sensitive as possible, so I wouldn't have those long presses to activate my attacks and my dodges. You got to be quick. You got to memorize each movement and just go with the flow. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. They've made some good combat elements, some exciting boss scenes. There's these perfect parries you have to get right here.
Yeah.
And they create these big cinematic moves, which is pretty neat. However, I feel like the game straddles between being serious and being comedic because
Oh,
it's a
okay.
cartoon. And
Yeah.
I kind of wish that it just went hard down like the serious element. Like I wish
Okay.
there was kind of no jokes, but
Mm,
it's just me. Like I like it. It's fun. It brings me back, and it's a challenge.
definitely. Nice.
Oh my gosh, we
I
better get to some news. We are just reviewing games.
Yes, yes. Well, we haven't like stream or podcast in the last 2 weeks. We went through a lot, but yeah. I can go quickly about Destiny, just so you guys know. Basically, the twin. There's a lot of update happening, a lot of things happening for the PvP side of things. So they're updating a lot on there, and also they're gonna add new map. They're gonna change some of the reward for PvP, so you can gain like a lot of like new armor, artifice armor, so eye stat armor. So there's gonna be a good reason for you to chase for those. And so they make it more appealing for playing PvP, which is gonna be good. It's gonna augment the population, the PvP side of things, and it's gonna keep people busy until like final shape. There's like a few game mode. They're gonna continue building. There's still that game mode I need to try. It's called the Sparrow control. So you can use Sparrow
I
in games.
saw I
Yeah, I
saw
haven't
posts of
tried it
that.
yet, but and there's also the what's the other one that you can use artifact to kill each other. But yeah, there's still like a few of them because I'm not a PvP player. I feel like, but I still need to go touch on that. Other than that, there's like some UI for console they updated, and also there is the prophecy dungeon. They're gonna update the weapon. I was hoping they're gonna make it red border so you can craft them, but they don't. So, but yeah, it's a lot of update on PvP. It's quite interesting. One more piece of news about Destiny 2 I want to mention is that the team Plan Elysium. Oh my god, I cannot say. Elysium clan. So the team that had the four latest first world raid they did. They basically, well, the team, not the team, one person got banned because the game noticed that he had a cheat software on his computer. So the reason behind that is that he's been playing another game that it's not online, but you've been using the software for watching the currency or something like that. I'm trying to like go over like talk about what I received from the other side, but yeah, it's quite interesting. The person used a software for a specific game, and then he decided to open his Destiny 2 game, and bang, he's getting banned. So now he's banned for life. He cannot play Destiny 2 anymore. So I don't know what's gonna happen to Team Elysium.
Out of there.
Yeah, on the next raid. But yeah, that's the big news basically for Destiny 2. Like they're
Good
working
night,
hard to
roster.
make it interesting for us to get back into it. But yeah, let's move to the news there.
Yes, it is tough to get back in, especially after the content has gone away and they were
hmm
supposed to have final shape, but
Yeah, well, they're
alas,
working hard
wait
at it.
for the-
hmm So we'll
but what's
see
going
about
on in the cloud? Time to play
that.
GeForce Now offers 1,800 games to stream. Anniversary celebrations are in full swing with 11 new titles led by Nightingale, Katamari, Damakasi, Reroll, and Tales of Arise.
Mm.
So that is some cool games coming up here. We have some questions. We have basically talked about the top games we think are on GeForce Now. So that was one of the big content creator questions this week. But if you had to pick a game, because I hear there's a random wheel now on GeForce Now,
Yes.
have you used this one yet?
Oh, I had a look. So basically, you click the random wheel, and it's basically taking all the game that you have on GeForce Now or exists on GeForce Now, and pick that game, and then you play it. So that's what it is. It's just a spin the wheel, similar to when you do prizes that we have there. You just put the
And
name
so
on the
is
box.
it built into GeForce Now here or no? It's on their website.
It's on, yeah, they have it on their Discord.
Ah, on their Discord.
It's a link on
Oh,
their Discord. You click on the link, and then you can access that.
I
So,
see.
yeah.
Some cool shots coming out of here. Cyberpunk 2077. This is one of the most stunning AAAs I have played on the platform. I would 100% recommend playing Cyberpunk on the 4080 in GeForce Now. That's
Looks amazing.
no brainer for sure. Nightingale, which you have been up to, introduced this week an early access game. And then we
Yes.
have Tales of Arise. This is a cloud battle of fate for two worlds. This looks like an anime game that I am not 100% familiar with, but
Similar to Genshin Impact type of game, I think.
yeah, it looks like that. And then the Terminator, a big one coming through recently. I've seen some big headlines in it. I'm not 100% mine because I'm not a big first person shooter perspective game, but I've seen a lot of people eat up Terminator.
Hmm. That's interesting.
Yes,
Some,
and then we have 11 new games this week.
Mhm.
Pac-Man, which is the big one to stay on Steam. I think the big advantage of this one is that you could easily play it on the go on your phone, which would be
Yeah.
cool. And as you were saying, Pacific Drive, it
Mhm.
released on Steam as well as PlayStation simultaneously.
Yeah.
So, as well as GeForce Now. So that's cool to see.
Mm.
That is the survival based game where you are a car.
Yeah, that's another game I should have
Station
actually
wagon.
checked. I'm yet to check it, but quite interesting. You go from place to place with your car and upgrade your car when you get to the next location. I don't know exactly the all like story behind it, but it looks quite interesting.
And then we have some games leaving early access finally. The Last Epoch, Mists of the Empires, and Sons of the Forest all releasing their 1.0 versions on Steam. They already did it, so check it
Yeah,
out now. And
Son of the
off to
Forest
the
might be
cloud.
worth it. Sorry, Son of the Forest might be worth
Yeah.
it until Nightingale fix all their bugs.
And off to the cloud, who's coming with? Not exactly sure what that means, but we are running close to the end here. So, who would you bring with you to the cloud, Snats? I think they want you to tag a friend.
Uh, I'll take you with me so we can play games the entire time.
There we go. Awesome.
Why not, right?
Exactly. Well, that's what's going on GeForce Now. Be sure to tune
Yes.
in next week when we talk GeForce Now because we will get a heads up on what's coming up in the month of March. But let's see what else is going on in the cloud gaming world. I am going to race through these headlines with the last bit of time we got left. How to play PlayStation exclusive games on Xbox using Boosteroid. What? You can play PlayStation games on Xbox using Boosteroid. Pretty crazy workaround. Essentially, what they're telling you to do is Xbox has a web browser, and you can use that as well as Boosteroid and access these games using Boosteroid. And pretty cool little trick and workaround. And if you need a step by step to make sure you got all the right settings, be sure to check out Cloud Dosage.
Nice.
Yeah,
There's a
so
Stadia controller there. On the right
yeah,
side of the Stadia controller.
of course, I think that was on purpose. But
Yeah.
cool to see some people have figured out how you can play PlayStation games on an Xbox. I'm sure nobody at Sony is happy to see that article.
Yeah. I wish one thing I would like to do is to play GeForce Now on Nintendo Switch, because it
Oh
would be
yeah,
nice to have, like, but I think there's a way to crack the Switch to make it playable like this.
an
But
Android
anyway,
device. Yeah, get
it's
access
an
to the
Android
browser.
device, right? So you
Yeah.
just reload the firmware basically. But yeah.
Role-playing game coming to Netflix in 2024. This is the side scroller one. It's kind of like a sliding puzzler we saw on the showcase. Of course, my computer won't run anything. Um, but very cool. I've seen Netflix gaming come up on my TV. It asked me to scan with my phone, and then my phone becomes a controller. But a little odd. I wish I could just hook up a regular controller, but cool to
Yeah.
see. Oh,
The comfort, right?
I am getting a phone call.
Oh,
So
okay.
I have to take this because it's important. Nads, good
Yeah.
luck for a little bit here.
Right. I guess I'll be taking over there. So the role-playing game here. If I can go on this website. So yeah. Netflix, huh? Give me 2 seconds and I'll just switch it over. Alright, so we're going over this, the role-playing game adventure. So again, like Riddick was saying, using your phone as a controller. So I think we've seen this in a couple of games also, which is not too bad. But imagine if you hold your game compared to your hold your phone compared to your controller, it might not be as comfortable. But I think the idea is that they give you access to like little games, and like looking at this game, it doesn't seem to be like a very demanding game. Who knows? It's probably even accessible in the cloud somehow. But yeah, it's like I feel like I played a board game when I was a kid that was like similar to that. You know, you just slide like this. But it's quite interesting. Quite look like fun to play. It's just a little adventure. Oh, that's so funny. Quite interesting game. That's for sure. Check it out on Netflix if you can. But like, I think it would be something I will wouldn't mind checking out. Let's see here. All right, moving on. We're gonna go check out. So Flint. I cannot even say it. Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. So there's a new gameplay trailer right now on this. So I
I'm
haven't
back.
played. Oh, you're
Sorry
back.
about that.
No worries. I haven't played this game or heard of this game before, but I feel like we.
Yes, Flintlock. Okay,
is-
I wanted to talk about Flintlock. Flintlock looks like, and if you can play the trailer there,
Yep.
because your computer can handle it. So Flintlock is coming to Xbox Game Pass, so that's a big plus. It's coming to the cloud, another big plus there. What you're seeing here is what reminds me a lot of Bloodborne in terms of combat, in terms of you have a pistol in one hand, a melee weapon in another hand. What's cool is your companion element you get along with you. The world looks fantastic. Looks like really polished, something you would see out of Unreal Engine 5. You'll see combat here. Really cinematic in the way they do it. Uh, Dodging, rolling, similar to what you see in Scrolls or Souls games, and then yeah, your pretty cool magic infused combat, which is always fun and cinematic to be a part of. But yeah, I really see this as like a magical, lighthearted Bloodborne.
Yeah, no, it looks good though. I'm quite interested to see it. Is it something we've saw before and it's just like bringing in now, or?
I believe this may have been part of a showcase at some
Ah,
point.
okay.
Maybe, yeah, but I can't remember when it was first debuted.
Hmm, interesting. All right.
Yeah, no hating
Uh,
on that one for sure.
yeah, definitely. So it's coming to
The
Xbox right
Xbox Game Pass, yeah, as
now.
part of the cloud as well. And here is reasons why the Xbox Series S. Wait, why are you
No,
not sharing? Share
that
this
was
tab.
me. Yeah, just yeah. There we go.
There we go. The Series S is perfect device for cloud gaming. So essentially, right here is they're saying it's a cheap entry device to be able to access the browser functions as well as Game Pass and have that controller support built in. You can easily pull up GeForce Now in the browser, and I'm hoping soon you'll have a GeForce Now app actually built into the Xbox with
Yeah.
all of this great partnership that they're doing. And yeah, so it's just a nice little recommendation if you're looking for a gaming box. The Series S can really push out some high tier graphics if you're using it in combination with the GeForce Now.
Yeah, definitely. You don't use the console itself to like produce the power, but like the processing, it's happening still in the background, so it's always good to check out. Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
I would like to look
A
at it.
shadow drop. I don't know if you knew this happened. A couple days ago, we
Oh,
saw
Game
Dead
Pass.
Island 2
Yeah,
shadow drop onto Game Pass. So be sure to check this one out if you haven't jumped into
that's
Dead Island 2. There's a lot of good things to say about the game, a lot of melee action. I believe they made it so no two hits are the same. It's a very unique way of crafting it. So every time you would hit an enemy, it was like the blood splatter would always be different and unique to that slice, that weapon you're using. The game is built in Unreal Engine 5. It just looks beyond stunning. I know I myself played it on GeForce Now, and
yeah.
oh my goodness, it was just a beautiful looking
I
game.
I did play it also on GeForce Now, and yeah, the graphic is very pleasing. I don't know if it's a game for me, but like it worked very well. Like no issues there. I played it for a little bit, and I was like, okay, yeah, maybe I can get on it a little bit longer. But like the graphic and all this is amazing, though. Yeah, very good game to check out if you're interested.
Yes, I believe it takes place on the streets of LA, and
Yeah,
which is like LA. And then you're walking around these mansions and stuff, and there's zombies everywhere. Yeah, it's all first person, melee based. I didn't get to the point where I found guns, but it seemed to me like they're very rare and few between.
yeah, yeah. I think they're rare to
Hey,
get, and
Purple,
ammo
thanks for
is
stopping
even
by.
more rare. But yeah, that's how it looked like.
All right. Well, we have some big news that hit us over the past couple weeks, and that is Xbox officially opens the door to allow its first party titles to head further into cross platforms. So we're seeing Hi Fi Rush, Sea of Thieves, Pentiment, and Grounded all being released on PlayStation. Hopefully, we'll be seeing these titles across all platforms, including Nintendo as well as GeForce Now, because I would love to play some Sea of Thieves on
I
GeForce Now.
know that would be good.
I think that would be really cool to see. Um, So yeah, pretty cool. Be sure to check out all these big ones. Xbox opening up a lot of their games. Get those developers more exposure because these games should be played. And I think Grounded definitely belongs on the Switch. I think that's a perfect home for it. And yeah, let's fingers
Is it?
crossed and see more cross platforms coming onto all these onto PlayStation and
I
GeForce
know.
Now.
Let's all share the love. Bring all the games everywhere.
Yeah, Pentiment's not really my vibe, and Hi-Fi Rush, I'm terrible at rhythm games. Even though I
uh,
like it, I'm too stubborn to turn down the difficulty from hard, so I ended up getting frustrated with it.
you don't like to enjoy the games, right? You leave it on
Yeah,
hard.
yeah. I don't
I
know what
always
I
say
do to
choose medium. Medium is fine. Yeah, medium. That's good. I'm average, right?
myself. No, I have to beat it on hard, or it's like I didn't really beat it. Cloud gaming is over 10% of Xbox playtime. The growing ecosystem is expanding. That is a huge, huge number. So, published on an excellent interview with Phil Spencer, Xbox lead at Microsoft yesterday, it covered the future of Xbox businesses. One of the topics that came up is cloud gaming and its big growth. And that saying it represents about 10% of their population. And that is absolutely massive. Huge, huge amount of gamers accessing the cloud, perhaps through their TV, perhaps
Mhm.
through their Game Pass. But that's cool to see.
If you scroll back up, as to say to that, I think we mentioned that previously, but NVIDIA
GeForce
GeForce
Now?
Now represent less than 1% of Steam usage. But like, there's a lot of people playing on Steam. That's just crazy. I feel like cloud gaming, it's still something new. A lot of people are not
Yeah.
aware of that. You talk to about it, and people are, what's that? I'm like, where have you been? Have you been sleeping under a tree? No, people like sometimes just have their console. Don't worry about it. But yeah,
Yep. Yeah.
quite interesting.
Um, Definitely something to keep an eye on as the population grows. I think we'll see a lot more cloud gamers, even if they don't know they're cloud gamers, become part of the ecosystem. Whew, we are
Yeah.
getting through the news. Cloud gaming is a hot topic. Game Pass Ultimate Cloud Library gains 7 games. So let's check these out because there was one or two of them that I may be checking out here. Can you believe Madden 2024? First time in the cloud since Stadia.
Mm,
So
nice.
that is cool to see. Madden getting back into the cloud. We
Tale of
have
Arise.
Bluey.
Tale of Arise.
Which
That's
which
on
one?
GeForce Now.
Yeah, Tales of Arise. That's a good shout. Indivisible. Man Eater, which was a cool epic shark game. And these other ones I'm not too familiar with, other than Bluey, which is obviously huge on the kid gaming side.
I don't know anything about Bluey, but yeah, sure.
You don't know Bluey?
No. It's a kids game, I guess. A kids show, and they made a game
It
into
has
it.
very adult subjects, but yeah,
Oh, there you go. Bolt gun is a war armor for 40,000.
oh wow, it's part of the universe.
Okay. I
A
feel like they
'90s retro
expend so
shooter.
much. Oh yeah, there you
Yeah, I
go.
don't know. It's crazy how much these guys spend on games. I'll tell you, $70 billion on games, but that's how they do. Big
Mhm.
business,
They make money
big
out of it.
business. Another cloud gaming option you have with your Nintendo is
Oh.
Antstream. Antstream is
Oh
a
yeah, yeah.
retro arcade gaming platform, and they have added 1980 microcomputers. So if you wanted to go even further back in time with your gaming, hey, some
Uh,
people like that feel, right?
yeah.
They're not gonna hate.
Pit stop Atari 8-bit family. Nice.
And Xenon, which
Xenon.
they're not even showing what it looks like. That kind of reminds me, no word of a
Graphic
lie,
UI.
of freaking that raid in Destiny 2 with the pyramids.
Yeah, that you enter
Does
the
that not
pyramid.
look like that?
Yeah. That's so true. That's funny. Uh, that's funny. Those games, huh?
I like the retro appeal.
Yeah,
It's cool to see.
there's some game that definitely interesting. Some of the retro
Uh,
game.
and then the Utomic. Utomic was a platform we see that jumped out right after Stadia. Um, but it's adding some mobile games to sort of attack that mobile market. As we know, the mobile universe is ever so huge. But they've jumped into the market, adding what I think are mobile games. I mean, you got Cats, Travel Mosaics. I mean, I don't know what that's about, but this is for the mobile audience,
Well,
right? Zombie
yeah,
Derby, simple games you can move or select things, and that progresses you forward in the game. Um, but there you go. There you go.
quite interesting. Yeah, it's like some of
Oh,
those game you see on the ads, like when you open your game app on your phone.
and lastly, I wanted to say Ray is famous. Ray the gaming cyborg.
Oh, there you go.
We have Stadia coming back to life. Ubisoft's Skull and Bones directly supports the Google Stadia controller. Did you
Oh,
know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
What?
so look at this. Look at this on 9 to 5.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Yeah,
Stadia. That's so funny. Good job, Ray, to
yeah.
have seen that.
So
Gamepad visual
reposted this
override. Yeah.
Stadia. There's the Stadia controller right there.
Because it was
Pretty
supposed
cool.
to come on Stadia, so they probably left that there, right? Just
Yeah.
like to remember it.
Or what Maker of Chaos says, that's neat. Dead platform icons for a dead game.
Uh, Damn. Yeah.
Although my comment was a little bit more nice. It's nice
Uh,
to see hashtag Stadia, Google Stadia again. All the memories come right back. The cloud console that was more than the sum of its parts. A community that was something special, Stadian forever.
yeah. That
But
is
yeah, pretty cool. Ray is famous. Look at that. Big tweet. 108, 19 retweets, 14 comments. Pretty cool. Pretty cool
yeah.
to see. And it was
Yeah.
on 9 to 5 Google.
Oh, really? That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, I
So
think I did
congratulations.
play
Ray.
with my Stadia controller, but I didn't know there was that feature. So again, I have to
Oh
look
yeah.
into that. Yeah.
Well, I think that reaches the end of our news cycle. Did you bring any clips with you today?
Oh, yes, I do have some clip. I don't think I loaded them.
All right. Well, I will
Do you
play
want to show
mine. So
yours?
here
Yeah.
here is my here's me getting an achievement, and this is the achievement. You have to kill a crusher with a resupply drop. So you know those
Oh.
giant big things that run at you that are armored? I
Yeah, yeah.
managed to kill one of those things by dropping a resupply ammo drop into it and killing it.
Well
All right.
timed, right?
Yeah, so you got to get well timed and you got to injure it enough so the resupply kills it because the resupply may not kill it. So check out how I did it. And there may be some other voices on there. I don't really remember what they say. So hopefully nothing bad.
Throwing supply beacon.
That is funny.
Yeah, I blew right through it.
Oh man, that is funny that you're able to capture that. That's pretty cool though. Oh jeez. One thing I can show, so while my video are loading, So the other day I played some Destiny 2, and
Nice.
oh no, that's the background. I don't want to put that in the background. It's the overlay I want to do. Right, let me get that again. Capture. Oh my god. I think it's this one.
Oh, big damage
No.
number.
No, it's not big enough. It's not the one. I think it's this
Oh.
one here. Even bigger.
Oh, 7 million. Wow.
Yeah,
That
that
is
was pretty
huge.
good. That was a good day, I think. I try to remember what
Wow.
I did, but that was an interesting one. And I got a
Big,
nice
big
little
numbers.
video on Destiny 2 of me dying of a weird glitch, but let's watch. Yeah, I
Wow.
basically died because I went too far, and then there was like a return timer, but I never heard it because or seen it because of the light. And I was like, "What the hell's happening?" And I died. So it was quite interesting. And I got a funny tip from Enshrouded. So basically, I'm flying around and I'm diving down because I'm going to that area, and there's an animal that decided to follow me. So let's have a look there. So yeah, the
Oh,
tiger
wow.
decided to jump off. I don't know if he was going after me, but it was pretty funny. But yeah,
Wow. That's
that's
fun.
that is fun. But that's pretty much it. That's all I had. Oh, you got some pictures
And
to show us.
lastly, I'll show off my pictures. So this one I posted today. Catch you on the flip side. Got Miles Morales doing a nice little one-armed handstand pose. This one, watch out below. I thought this was a cool little silhouette shot. I liked how the web went all the way up and attached to that building.
Yeah.
This one,
Oh.
I'm pretty proud of this one. I call this purple. Oh, I should have called it Purple Rain now that I'm looking at it because you see how you can make out the
Yeah, you
raindrops?
can see the raindrop. That's funny.
I thought it was a good pose too of Miles. And then snap and swing. So look at the gloss I got on Spider-Man on this one.
I
I
know,
feel like
right?
I made it super glossy, super crisp on this one. But yeah, and then
That's
Too Much Flash. This is probably a little bit ago, but that one I manipulated the eye, so it's like, okay, I'm posing for a picture, but you hit me with too much flash. You know, it's real life.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can see it's blinking. It's too
Yeah,
much.
I have fun with it. I have fun with
That's
it.
funny. I like that you can do a lot of photo mode. I think I found more and more game you can do that now. So quite
Yeah.
interesting to check out.
Well, that has been our show for this week. Be sure to
Yes.
catch us next week for more cloud gaming news and updates and reviews. Until the next time,
All
be
right.
kind and bring peace into the world.
Yes, and see you around in the cloud, right?
See you in the cloud. All right, run those credits. See ya, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
with the season breeze. True, my mind so easily spooked. I ride just to be the me who finds hype super decently smooth. Nice type, but as sick as